Hey everyone, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. Another quick video. Really important for people with 1GDs, probably any diesel and probably 1KDs may as well listen as well. You're listening 1KDs, you're listening 1GDs. Now, people want to know about the problems and the solutions. The 1KD, the way I see it, which is why I prefer the 1KD. Besides, I like the drive of the 3-litre motor. It's just simple. You know the maintenance, it's cheap, it's simple, it's easy. There's no surprises. And if it's going to crack a piston one day, well, if you're following my information, you've done everything you can, maintenance-wise, or you've purchased the vehicle cheap at a later date with hundreds of thousands of Ks, and you know there's always a risk there, but it's very low chances. We travel with these and people in our groups all the time. Generally, people just don't have an issue, so don't, make a bigger deal than what it is. This engine, however, has a few issues that are more common, but it's still very rare, okay? So as much as I don't prefer this engine, but I'm gonna do another video soon, actually. Really, a couple of times I've been driving this, I just love this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sell it, but that's a separate story. This story is about the leaking EGR cooler and how to spot it before it becomes a problem. But these have got 3 problems that are more common, just 3 that come to mind every time without going into any more than that. Anyone who works on 1GDs that's seen this, feel free to put in the comments how many you've seen, the sort of numbers, to give people an idea. DPF problems, of course, everyone knows about that. There was even a class action, which there wasn't on cracked pistons, which tells you it's a bigger problem than cracked pistons. And cracked pistons is a problem. I say it shouldn't happen at all, and if it does, it should be covered. That's just my opinion. But then a lot of the causes are people with their remaps, their tunes, the maintenance not done, but nobody told them that changing the injectors was maintenance. I mean, I told you that, but who am I? What would I know, right? So the 1KD, pretty straightforward. The 1GD, the DPF, which you know about, the timing chain issues, which you probably know about, and the EGR cooler leaking internally, which you probably might know about. We're going to give you a little bit more information on that one in this video. Now, what needs to happen if you've got a 1GD FTV? At every service, as you do, you check all the fluid levels, coolant, engine oils, brake fluid, power steering oil, that sort of thing. So pay careful attention on the 1GD. Look, like you do on all makes and models, really, but pay particular attention to the exact level of the coolant down here, right, where it's meant to be. Have a look where your mark's at, work out where it's meant to be, right, and where it's at. And every 10,000 kilometer service or 6 months, whichever comes first. And that doesn't mean you're going to catch it and it's not going to cost you an engine, but this is the best thing you can do. I mean, if you're on trips doing big kilometers, thousands of kilometers, it could be worth checking every few days or once a week. But make sure you monitor that level at the same temperature, right? So when the engine's cold in the morning or when it's hot at the end of the day, whatever you prefer to do, keep it on that coolant level. Now, if the coolant's disappearing, on the 1KDs, the coolant doesn't disappear for any reason, right? Unless the wrong people have been working on the car, aftermarket hoses and clamps. Wrong people have been working on the car causing problems. They just don't use coolant, nothing leaks. When they get 15 years old or something, you might get that tiny little leak in the radiator core or something, but you hardly even notice that in the level. And like on all makes and models, water pumps, they all leak in the end sooner or later. Water pumps down there on all these engines, most engines. So we're not picking on water pumps. Generally, they're a slow leak, but they can go bad quickly. So it's worth paying attention to. And on the 1KD, we do it as part of the BFE, the preventative maintenance, as you already know. We don't have a BFE kit for this because it would be massive. The BFE, big front engine job on this, includes the timing chain and guides. So it's just going to be massive. We might get to that one day, but the kit's going to be thousands of dollars, where the BFE kit for the 1KD is like $770 delivered to your door. That's time belt, idler tension, a cam seal, the whole lot, the water pump, the main drive belt, all the bearings, everything that turns except your aircon compressor and the alternator for $770, right? Bargain. Anyway, while stocks last, because, when I do these videos, so text me Monday morning, 7:30. Anyway, the 1GD, we haven't got to that yet because of the age of them. We believe at the moment the Toyota dealers are pretty much covering these timing chain guide issues and all that sort of thing and keeping it quiet. So that's okay. We'll roll with that for now. we'll just see, you know, what happens with that in time. They're not going to cover the water pump, but you know, water pumps are just water pumps. It's going to cost you $200 or $300 for a water pump. Your coolant, your labour, change as required at this stage, like you are with the timing belt, idler, tensioner, you know, not the belt, the timing chain, bloody guides and all that, all the rubbish with that, right? DPF, look, it's just going to be expensive to change DPFs and maintain them if you have problems outside your 10-year warranty. We'll worry about once more of them get outside the 10-year warranty, whether we get equipment to clean them, whatever the case may be. It's expensive, but then it's expensive to get them clean. We're not sure. I don't think we really want to get involved in that. That's what I said from the start, but you know, you can probably find some other places. But anyway, back to the EJAR cooler is the main thing. And I'm not saying this can't happen with a 1KD, but with a 1KD, it is super rare. Like I said in other videos, I'll be consistent because I don't have to remember what I've said to you. I just tell the truth. I just got to remember what I remember, you know, because when you get older, it's like, yeah, you know, well, what was that again? What was that talk spec? Can you remind me in the comments? Anyway, there's one person we know that had the internal EJAR cooler leak on a 1KD, one only. It run out, he cooked it, 125 degrees, but once he repaired it, filled it up, it was running fine, cracked a piston a few thousand Ks later. I mean, when you cook an engine, there's another reason. You reckon that might have been a contributor? I think I probably said the same thing in the last video where we talked about it. On the 1GDs, they're a lot more common. First problem is the cooler itself is twice the price, right? They said people can afford these newer cars. They got DPFs. We need to make some money. So instead of about $1,000, it's about $2,000. I think an EJAR cooler on a 1KD might be $700 or $800. Pretty sure on this one it's a bit over $2,000, but I'll check that up and we'll have some more videos. Like I said, people asked for it. I said I'll do some more videos talking about the 1GDs, right? Good little engine, except it's got a few good little problems. Good for making money out of. Some people think, oh, he just wants to keep selling his injectors on 1KDs. Well, I can sell injectors on these as well. They wear out as well. No difference, but we'd be busy cleaning DPFs, doing timing chains and guides, and of course, this EJAR cooler problem. And look, if I can, I might try and catch one of our workshop partners changing an EJAR cooler, and we can confirm some pricing with some invoices and the labour time and that sort of thing. But this video, the idea of it, you know, I'm yakking away and I hope you like it because a lot of people do, but the idea was to really get you on guard if you've got a 1GD or if you're thinking about purchasing one. Something to be aware of because you're going to be up for the cooler, the coolant and the labour. Let's just go $3,000. Draw a circle around $3,000. Might be cheaper, depends if you find someone that's cheap and good, but you know the old story, quick, cheap, good. You can pick two, or you can, you can pick one or you can pick two. You just can't get good, quick and cheap all in one. It's not going to happen, right? You're either going to get cheap and not so good, or you're going to get fast and not so, however it works anyway, you figure it out. If you see a vehicle coming in for service, this is what we're going to be doing at the Proto Hospital. If we happen to service a 1GD, which we're trying not to because you can do it yourselves, right? Hey, it's so easy. There's a drain plug, the oil filter's down under there and you pour the oil in the top. There's a dipstick somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is there. You can do that stuff. Just make sure you use that genuine Toyota oil. Like I said, warnings about the DPF problems and these chain and guide. Just make sure you're all over the oil changes and use their gear. So if you want to try and get some warranty out of them, you've got your best chances, or just take it to them. Pay the kids the big dollars to do bugger all. Hopefully they don't wreck your car, and hopefully you get warranty if something goes wrong with it. You see the pattern that keeps happening here? Just as much as I want to go, yeah, just there's no real solution. Keep an eye on your coolant level if you're doing the services. Even if you're not doing the services, keep an eye on the coolant level. Check it every few months. Check it once a month. Buy the book. When I used to read the owner's manuals, it used to say things like daily checks, engine oil, coolant, stuff like that. So you meant to check it every day unless things have changed. Maybe once a week, maybe once a month. If you check it every morning on flat level ground when it's cold and you see that level dropping and you look around in the engine bay like we have been for the last 9 minutes. Oh yeah, no leaks here, no leaks there. Look underneath, no leaks. Shine torches around, get it up on the hoist, bring it to the Proto Hospital for an inspection. You know, the hour-and-a-half one where we go over the vehicle together, chit-chat, whatever. You can book it in for that if you like. You just watch all the videos so you work out how to do it. The coolant's disappearing. Well, it can't disappear. Most likely what's happening, and it's not 100%, but it's most likely happening through that EJAR cooler, the internal. It's perforated, and the coolant will be going into the intake system, into the engine, and disappearing. That's what's going on. Sorry it was 10 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom. Keep it on your coolant levels on the 1GDs. I hope this helps. If you think it's disappearing, that's probably where it's going. Hopefully you can get warranty. Check your service history. If it's Mickey Mouse, jump up and down. It shouldn't be happening, and they should cover it, but you know, it's going to be up to them. I'm not them. I can just say what I think should happen if everything was fair and even. But bada bing, bada boom doesn't always happen. Catch you in the next video. See ya.